In this video, we're going to look at 2 ways to progress your Tailors pose or any exercises that are making use of the Tailors pose position. The first thing we can do is we can place a block between our feet. Now on the narrow side, the block will only very slightly make the position more challenging because it forces my legs or my knees slightly further apart and more in line with my hips. Not completely, but more in line with the hips. I can still do all the same things, but if I am doing something like trying to actively push my knees down towards the floor, it can also be helpful to at the same time think about creating some tension pushing in towards the block with my feet. And I also like to have people think about trying to push with the lowest edge of the foot and basically trying to kind of scoop up the block with the feet, which can help actually drive the knee further down towards the floor. On the narrow side is a good start. It's going to be slightly harder to do it on the middle side, and of course even harder to achieve the same thing if we put it on the long end. Now, if your thighs or maybe even your knees are already touching the floor in whatever Tailors pose exercise that you are doing, another way to progress the exercise and make it harder and increase the range of motion available is to sit on a slightly elevated surface. So here I can use 2 blocks, place one beneath my hip, so I'm sitting on it, and the other one will just be for placing my feet upon. Now I won't be limited by getting in contact with the floor. So even if I use something that is only the same height as what I am currently sitting on, it would still be slightly deeper than sitting on the floor simply because the thighs aren't in the way. But if I remove the blocks, now I have the possibility of actually going beneath hip height when I'm doing my Tailors pose work. You might not be able to get flat while sitting on a block, so a good place to start, if you have the setup for it, is to start by aiming at blocks that have the same height. And once you can consistently reach this height, you can work on lowering it slightly if you have some small weight plates or something similar.